Hey there, welcome back to my Honkai Star Rail companion mission, Yunli's companion story, part 2. Right, let's continue on with the Yunli's companion story. Right.
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she, young lady?
Alright, let's explain the situation.
Sorry for all this trouble. Yunli told you quite a bit. Now it's time for this old man to tell my side of the story. Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Pyrogyre Forge since Yingxing. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training. According to him, while weapons of mass destruction like Zhu-Ming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts.
So he thought of using Hirubai to impart combat experience. No, more like to absorb emotions.
By infusing Heliobai into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor, and even make decisions for them. However, weapons are different from regular tools. They are meant to kill, plain and simple. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobai within the swords. The soldiers wielding them not only gain strength, but they also become consumed by the malice, turning them into puppets possessed by the swords. No matter how noble Hongguang's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Pyrogyre Forge. Yunli managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day.
So does the sword really contain a Hirubai?
Wu Yin is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Hongguang. Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobai as forging material, and Hongguang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost.
That's why you didn't want her to see that sword.
Yes. I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow. She doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes. Despite her vow to hunt down and wipe out all cursed swords, fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. Traversing the starry seas in search of the swords is like finding a needle in a haystack. And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords, and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after?
You see, Yunli plans to talk to you tomorrow.
I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved.
Let's see, there's something I want to talk to you about. See, don't you worry, General has already conferred his instructions. Right, I heard from my apprentice that a young lady with a sword barged into the Artisanship Commission. That General granddaughter, right? Is she here to chat or kidnap me? She's come down now. What? She's coming to steal the sword? My nerves can't take much more of this. The Knight of Beauty just escorted the sword to the Artisanship Commission. He's currently in the armory without a chance of compromise or mishap. You just relax. When I have time, I want to hear that girl tell me why she tried to steal the blade, or tell my why she tried to steal the blade. Okay, whatever.
Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. By the way, you watched over her for quite some time. You must be exhausted, aren't you?
Totally, yeah.
I'll be counting on you then.
Time to go back and find that class-skipping March 7th.
I see you there, Diana. Are you able to cooperate with us for a bit? Care to come by the Artisanship Commission? What's the matter? What happened? To make a long story short, the Artisanship Commission received a sword yesterday from the General. Today, when they checked in, the sword had vanished. Anyway, the Wrongkeeping Commission is officially conducting a investigation and interrogating the relevant individual. I told to be careful. Great. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, he reported this case. Anyway, anyone who attended yesterday's ceremony and lacks a clear alibi will be considered a suspect. The craftsman who also mentioned a young girl who broke into the commission with a sword in hand. She bears the poke of suspicion. Alright, enough chatter. I will see you at the commission. Great, of course. Right, let's go.
Alright, everyone is here. It's time for...
I'm sure you understand why the official called you here, right?
Yeah? But I didn't steal the sword!
Yunli did promise me she wouldn't steal the sword.
Unfortunately, official Dahao didn't hear Yunli's promise. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the Lawfu and betraying the delegation. We're counting on you to find the truth, official Dahao.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Even though Yunli is firm in her words, We can't just rely on her testimony.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. Ugh, they should have given it to me from the beginning.
Just keep quiet.
In this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. Miss Yunli is the main suspect. First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed Arumatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
It's like a locker, sorry, lock room murder mystery.
Hey! It's just a theft. The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
The suspect knew about the box and the sword?
Well, I do know about the box and the cursed sword.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu Yun. So, besides the ceremony participants, only the delegation members had access to the sword.
Could it be that I stole the sword?
So, did you steal it?
No, I didn't.
Then stop joking around.
I can prove that she came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so she couldn't have stolen the sword.
Put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission, and not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yunli.
Fair enough.
So...
I didn't steal the sword.
well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
I think we might be missing something here.
If you want to prove me wrong, you better come up with some solid evidence.
Let me gather my thoughts. I need to help Yunli clear her name. Did we miss any clues?
Who could have thought that the Miekaki vesa would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is General Huayan's granddaughter? Regardless, we've accomplished our mission, and now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting.
Because the sword contains an evil spirit.
That's enough, young lady. Let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered. The first master of the Miekaki vesa slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise monarchs. The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies.
There's a common element in myth and legends.
Oh, of course, it could just be a myth. After all, no one has actually heard the sword speak. The point is that the Miekaki vesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
I don't want to make things difficult, for official Dahao. Let's do this his way, and prove my innocence. If I can find that cursed sword, I can prove my innocence right away.
No, that will make you... Sorry, that will make it look like you did steal it.
There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword, but leave the case behind? Did they melt down the sword like I wanted to?
Is it really that strange?
I mean, carrying around the sword like that would be pretty conspicuous. Wouldn't a thief prefer to take the case as well?
I mean, technically you could put it into another case or another wrapper. Never mind, I don't know.
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to the arsenal to check on it. But when I went back this morning, all that was left was the case. I don't know anything else, so asking more questions won't help, I'm afraid. However, as the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Even though the sword was stolen, this commission is still highly secure. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious arumatons were smashed!
So the sword may not even have arrived in the commission. My guess is that... Heard you got some problem on your hand with? Okay... I guess went into a... another quest. If I did, oops. Okay, well, I'm just gonna fast forward because it's not dialogue. It's not spoken dialogue. Okay, just a bit faster, please. Come on. A bit more faster, please. Yep. Okay. Yep. It looks like I went to it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay. 4.
Yunli says she didn't steal the sword, and I am willing to believe her. But I know well that Yunli can be impulsive. So if she did steal the sword on a whim, I won't show her any favors. You were with Yunli yesterday, young lady, so you have the best chance to prove her innocence. Is there anything you need to ask me?
I see. Did she come to you afterward?
No, she was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. If she had come with you, she wouldn't be a suspect right now.
Right, so how was the sword delivered?
After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, they were escorted by the Cloud Knights to the Artisanship Commission. The artisan there confirmed that the sword was safely stored.
Okay. That's all I have to
I'm
ask.
counting on you then.
Where is Argenti even? Did you go back already? See, the container used to seal Guin is indeed a sight to behold. Its beauty is radiant. Perhaps it was this very beauty that had drawn unwanted attention. Regardless, as one of the few pieces of physical evidence left at this scene, it just might be... Sorry. It just might hold traces of the thief. Sword case exterior. The sword case exterior, masterfully adorned with metal wire inlays, traces the pattern of lotus flowers, subtly proclaiming its origin from the illustrious Xianzhou Zuming. Sword case lock. The locking mechanism nested within the case remained intact, bearing no marks of external force of tampering.
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking the lock?
Alright, open up the sword case. You notice a few smears of red along the bottom of the sword case interior. It's hard to ignore as if a deliberate declaration of assistance to those who are viewing the sword case. Extract the red coloring from the interior of the sword case. A few petals teetering on the brink of withering. Why are they
Why
flower
is this
petal?
flower petal inside the case?
If you've found any clues, feel free to tell everyone.
I'm 100% sure you didn't. Sorry, Yunli didn't steal the sword.
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. Da how.
100% sure.
Don't worry, I'm going to lawyer up, I guess.
Let me go through my reasoning again, and you can interrupt if anything feels off. Throughout
we
the
go.
entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yunli. Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission trying to take away Guyun, but you stopped her in her tracks.
What Dahao said seems right. Exactly. So at least Yunli didn't steal the sword at that time, because we were at the Arumaton warehouse.
If your testimony is reliable. I'm not implying anything, but we need to scrutinize every piece of evidence. Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Committee throughout the entire—
Your statement isn't quite accurate. Argenti, the delegation members, and even me, we were all at the Artisanship Commission at some point.
True. But they all left after delivering the sword. And the craftsman overseeing the handover confirmed that they couldn't have left with the sword. We looked into it as well. Before Guyun was handed over, the side crane at the entrance of the Artisanship Commission captured you leaving. But there's no record of Miss Yunli leaving.
Why would I dare leave through the main entrance after smashing the Arumatons?
Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke— Miss Yunli, after bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun.
After Yunli and I went our separate ways, I messaged Master Gongshu to inform him about the incident. And much later, Master Gongshu told me the sword was confirmed safe. So up until that point, Yunli couldn't have stolen it. Can I prove this?
After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun.
Which testimony will you see? No, this one will not suffice. Nah. Wait, again?
Miss Yunli caused a after bidding farewell to you. Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun.
No, this one won't work. No, okay. Let's continue on.
We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
Looks like you're missing some crucial evidence.
There are no signs of the arsenal being broken into, so the only real evidence is the sword case.
No, the fact that there are no signs of a break-in is suspicious in itself. Which piece of evidence should I use to convince Dahao?
We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
Alright, let's try the ink-tight lock.
I carefully examined the lock of the sword case, and there were no signs of tampering or damage.
What does that mean?
It means the case was never locked in the first place.
As to why the case was never locked in the first place, only the people who delivered it to the Artisanship Commission would know. Plus, I found something else inside the case. Which piece of evidence should I use to further convince Dahao?
We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
Right now, let's use the rose petal.
I found this in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
A rose petal? Huh. Yeah, I must have missed it during the search. Why
How
was there a petal
do
inside
you
the
miss
case?
a obvious bet? Okay, whatever.
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
Okay, that was good
My
debate, I
thoughts
guess.
are a mess. Let me sort them out. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done that. And the rose petal was probably left behind by that Knight of Beauty. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission? Why did he steal it after returning it here? And why would he leave that petal in the case?
Please don't make me fight Argenti again. It's just a foreshadowing. Alright, ask Argenti, not me.
I know. Guyun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to aid its escape.
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
You've never seen a flying sword before?
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword. Maybe he was under its control even before you arrived on the Lofu.
Official Dahao, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship, the one and only.
Let's go. We've got to find Argenti before that sword completely takes over his mind.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to fight Argenti again. Alright, let's go. I hope we don't fight Argenti.
This haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
You can't change it no matter how hard you try.
Will of preservation!
Sound lingers.
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
Knight of Beauty. You're the one who stole Guyun, right? Hand it over. You have no idea how dangerous that cursed sword is.
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon.
So, you intentionally left the rose petal behind?
Yes, I did. As a driller's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty, and I abhor theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal in order to keep my promise to Master Guyun and uphold my knightly oath.
Master? What the freak?
What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guyun in its escape from the Xianzhou. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down. I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsmen, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that pointed to my identity in the hope of an open and honest conversation with you.
Whatever your reasons are, you're planning to take the cursed sword away from the Cienjo. Hand it over to me.
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guyun that impressed me, so I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guyun's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a knight of beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword.
And ta-da! And now we to fight in the end. It's like a devil that can mess with your mind.
That's what makes cursed swords.
Captivated? No! I am touched by Master Guyun's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guyun away from the Cienjo.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip. I'll shatter its illusion. And the sword itself.
Fair lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that is under my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you.
A representative?
I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in front of Adrilla the Beauty, that I will represent Master Guyun in this duel. If I win, you will allow Master Guyun to leave the Cienjo with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guyun over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss Yunli?
Fine. Let's see whose desire is stronger. Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords. Show me what you've got.
Man, I still remember first time fighting Argenti. What a pain,
You're
yes.
not going to use Guyan to fight for victory?
Here you go.
Well, I know a thing
If
or
I
two
can
about
remember
swordplay.
how to fight.
In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
Every petal in life, all will be swept away by the wind.
On the still waters of oblivion.
Existence is unity.
Get them! Fiends or devils! I'll crush them all!
Lance at the ready.
You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
Enjoying yourself?
Destined for oblivion.
The flesh wound.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Rise to the challenge. Confess.
Stay away! Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
I'm scared.
Stay put!
Protect me.
Don't worry.
I'm on
it's
guard.
just a scrape.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Rise to
Free
the
will,
challenge.
or what?
Bear witness.
I can do this.
Get them!
On the still waters of oblivion.
Eternal.
Let the duel commence. Let's sign north.
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
Get them!
Lance at the ready.
Again.
Put forth all your might.
There's more to life. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
on the still waters of
to the
oblivion.
challenge. Behold, this symbol of pure beauty.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Bear witness to
I'm
honor.
gonna hold everyone back again! Give me strength!
Don't worry, it's just a scream.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Some value, I suppose. Existence is unity.
You're fighting a gentleman. Confess.
Familiar. Destined for oblivion.
I'm scared!
Stay, get them!
Put forth all your might. Let the duel commence.
There's more to life. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Free will on the still waters of oblivion.
Put forth all your might. Behold, this symbol of pure beauty.
Don't worry,
Lance
it's
at the
just
ready.
a scrape.
Rise to the challenge.
Lance forward!
Destined for oblivion.
Some value, I suppose.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Pledge thy loyalty.
Okay.
Get them!
On the still waters of oblivion.
Eternal. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Put forth all your might.
Don't come back!
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
Put forth all your might. Bear witness to honor.
Give me strength!
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
I'm on guard. Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Rise to the challenge. You're fighting a gentleman. Confess.
Okay.
On the still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Push him away.
Finally. Okay.
I've lost. According to the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my promise and hand over the sword to you. But before I do
yeah,
that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guyun's past experiences.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me, and let me destroy it.
Do what she says, knight.
But
You've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone. I'm weary of fighting. I just want to share my past with you. To explain why I wanted to escape. After that, I'll leave my destiny in your hands. Are you afraid to witness my past, little girl?
Afraid? Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well,
You know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
Well, I think it was short.
Fine. Show me your past.
Okay, let's see. Right, y'all, thanks for watching this part of the video and have a great day.
Hey there, thanks for watching. And have a great day!